All right, we're gonna do a Gen 4 Chicagoland official. I didn't really think I'd do one of these this week. The results have just been atrocious as far as the cautions, and I've watched a couple races, just really not impressed by the racing standards I've seen. But this is an earlier morning, 10:30 a.m. on a Monday. I think it's a pretty decent SOF. Doesn't mean it's gonna be clean, but we're not here to try our butts off and get into the ego games. I just want to see if we can rip around and have a good race. I'm really just hoping for no cautions. If we get that and I'm able to, not get wrecked without getting a caution or whatever, that would be awesome. It is so fucking tight. God damn. Doesn't feel anything like I just practiced. This is going to be a pretty bad lap, I think. I don't know. I didn't really put too much practice in, honestly. It's an intermediate. We know what we're doing as far as saving the tires go, and it's usually my approach. That's a pretty bad lap. We'll see if we can get something out of the second lap here. It's just so tight! I didn't touch the brakes. That's a problem. Let's slide them down at the last second here. And then it's going to shake loose without me realizing it. Yeah, that's not a great lap. But whatever. Over here. We are going to slide these back to 62 to start. I don't think we're going to need to go all the way to the 57 like you normally would. Because the track's really hot, which is causing the car to shake loose. Yeah, 110. And it's... I guess it'll... I don't know if it's going to cool off or not. I haven't paid that much attention. Yeah, probably not really going to cool off much. Probably just get hotter with the rubber wearing in. I ran a B open last week and the track was up. I think it was actually hotter, if I'm not mistaken, because the race was at noon. I want to say it was like in the 115 range or something like that. But still decently hot. It's nice. It adds kind of an extra element, and it does shake the set loose a little bit. You can balance the tires out a lot easier than normal. I usually will, if it's like a Vegas or a Charlotte on like a cold track or a night race, usually the sets are so tight, and I'll just really back the entries up so much that I'm really just using the right rear. And you get really slow for the first 20 or so laps. You'll lose a ton of positions, but then you just blow right by people. After that, like really after like 20 to 25 laps. And if you qualify well, you can hold position and kind of hold, not really falling too far back, and you can kind of make your way back up to the front-ish. It just doesn't work at all if there's a bunch of cautions and wrecks and stuff like that, which is what this series has kind of been, regardless of the track, but more so even on the intermediates. And I think a lot of it's maybe... Well, this week trucks are at Lime Rock, so road course, and everything else is at, as far as ABC, the rest is at Atlanta. So I don't know. There's been a lot of participation this week for Gen 4, but it seems like it's a lot of people who have no other choice to run something that isn't a super speedway or a road course. A lot of people aren't too familiar with this car, I think, and I mean, just different driving styles coming in here, and it's really, you go look at the results, it's pretty messy. I mean, we'll get 4 splits on a weeknight, which is great, but 8 cautions, 9 cautions top split multiple nights this week is crazy. Man, I had a really bad lap. Okay, well, I'm not too concerned. I mean, a lot of these guys I know are going to fall off and come back to us, but it's just going to be that deficit. to make up starting so far back, but we did get a split. I'm the 4 car. I thought there'd be a couple. Looks like maybe 1 or 2 guys dropped out that were a bit higher. But whatever. I wanted to get one of these in. I really hope we can just keep it green the whole way, and hopefully everyone's got the frustration and aggression and testosterone that's, well, yeah. Hopefully this is a low T session and everyone's chill. That'd be cool. That's all I want. We'll see if we get what we want. I really have not been running many officials at all as far as Oval goes. I've just been taking a break. I was caring way too much about the officials and how they were going, and the amount of practice I was able to do versus what I really needed in order to make it worthwhile to care was not matching up, and yeah, it just wasn't healthy, really. And I just needed to kind of reconcile, like, if it's not fun, I can't do it. Like, it needs to be fun. And if I'm making it not fun for myself, then that's a problem. And it's just a video game, and I just get a little competitive with it, and I, you know, try to do really well, and I wasn't liking how I was starting to race.
Anybody catch strength build? 2781.
So I've just been taking a break. I really haven't been doing a whole lot. Haven't been worried about it. I've been just trying to do what's fun over the summer. Doing some dirt, doing a little bit of road.
Have a brain aneurysm yelling at these stupid fucking kids.
I'll give this guy an amen.
I'll tell you.
I'll give you an amen to that. Hopefully they're in school today, summer school or something. Yeah, I can understand the frustration. A lot of people are just, I think, unhappy, and it's a negative feedback loop where people just get pissed off at everyone, and you know, it just needs to be fun, man. And so hopefully we have some fun. We're not gonna go crazy here. Anyone wants to go crazy by me that didn't qualify, we're gonna let them go. Haven't been in dirty air yet, so gonna have to try to remember what that feels like. I know that it gets really loose coming off of 2. We gotta. Yeah, that's just about what I was expecting there. Yeah, cold tires is gonna be loose for sure. Really just hope these guys keep it clean back there. That guy could easily have just been set off and decide he's going to ruin everyone's race now. I'm going to try to stay a shade lower than everyone else and keep my nose in clean air, which will help me from turning the wheel too much. I've got to not get suckered into overdriving. Looks like we've got a car stopped. He's pitting. Okay. Yeah, just don't get suckered into overdriving and trying to keep up on these first 10, 15 laps.
That car coming down there, he was dead up against the wall.
Don't want to turn the wheel too much and lose the right front, because then you have to drive off the right rear, which it will shake loose for sure. And you don't want to be death spiral loose off the exits because you've lost your right front. So we're just trying to keep a balance here, stay lower than everyone, not turn the wheel more than those couple of degrees. Waiting on throttle, unlike most intermediates. Again, save the right rear as well, so. Leader is checked on out. He's got the clean air, so. He's got one guy with him. Seven car is a little unpredictable right now. I've got to not just look at the back of his bumper. So far, so good. Seems like we've got a decent-ish group that can hopefully race clean and hard, and nobody's going to ruin everyone's race. Pretty single-filed out here, which is interesting. I think some of these guys entering higher. It's definitely the Q lap line. I don't know how it's going to work long run. Oh man, we get a yellow. Guy stopped in the middle of the track.
You're getting suspended, Jerry, bad Jerry. What's up with your internet? Hey Brandon, this looks like last week. Yep, yep.
So was he stopped on track?
The satellite internet stuff. Oh, Starlink? Yeah, I heard there's a few people using that and it works pretty good.
Pretty sure that guy stopped on the track
That's what I
to
got.
get himself a yellow. He's a couple laps down and he was
You
just
don't know Blink or nothing.
sitting on the track in the bottom. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'd really love to tear this guy one over voice, but
Like,
it
the
doesn't
more
achieve
out in the
anything, and
country
we'll go
you
look
are,
at
the
it
better.
afterwards. Can't change anything now since the yellow's already out. Not a shot in hell we're taking tires this early. But the tires matter, and the fall-off's really
You
fast.
just have to know when your reset hours are, 'cause that'll get you. Oh, dude, Xfinity was killing me with that.
Hopefully this
Like,
is our
right-
only
I'd be
yellow.
right in the middle of races, and
Looks
one
like
time
3
it was
cars are going to
for
come
a race,
down. I
and
don't know
just,
if they
"Oh,
all have
down for maintenance."
damage or
It's like, what the
maybe they
fuck?
all had big slides. I don't know, but yeah, no way they're going to make it on fuel. The fuel tank's pretty
That's
short.
why you'll see me on this account, like, anytime past basically midnight to 6 a.m. I haven't had any problems with fiber, though. It's been good.
So you've got a Smurf because of your internet? That actually makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, it's annoying when you lead 95% of a race just for your internet to reset with 10 to go and you lose 160 because the SOS is like 1.3K at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, it makes sense. I don't blame you at all. That's really frustrating, man.
I just tried to do a B fix before this. That was an event.
I think all the alcoholics moved over to that. They were here in this series for most of the week, it seemed like.
It's so bad, dude. Like, and they're all yelling and screaming, "Ooh, come on, man, Rudy!" Like, what in the fuck is going on? You can't even race them. Like, you can't even physically attempt to pass them because they don't understand they're supposed to stay in one lane. Or I mean, it's ridiculous.
One left to green.
Yeah, I think with the trucks being on a road course this week too, it's brought a lot of that idiocy over here, which is unfortunate. I didn't run any of these this week because the results have been atrocious.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was mostly C-fix guys. Them things will be fun in old Wilkesboro, though.
Well, it'll probably feel a lot like a super speedway, to be honest.
Yeah, that's it. It's a get a good lobby on that. Good luck. I don't know if they exist anymore.
We just got to stop with the.
Hey, to tell you to do that woohoo again, that noise.
I don't know what the hell he's talking
Seems like a
about.
decent
Where's
group we've
Daniel
got
at?
for this morning. I don't know if the 13 stopped on the track or not. He was already a lap down at least, but
Whiny racing.
I hope not. And hopefully at this point we just go green.
That's dumb. Why is he doing that?
All right, we gotta make sure we don't lose out on the start here.
Green flag, green flag.
Not trying to look for an advantage on the start. Just need to hold pace here, really, more than anything. I got pretty loose down low on me on the first start, so we're just gonna be easy on throttle here. I'm really bad at restarts with this car. I have spun out a few times trying to push it, so my default is just to kind of go easy usually.
Greg, I thought you were running the B race. I was worried. I was like, man, you're gonna be the one car. It was terrible.
No. I need my rookie line back on in here. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Seems like a lot of guys are loading up the right front to save their right rear. It's going to get them a lot better runs. I'm going to let this guy... Well, he wants outside, so... We will let him by. No point sliding up in front of him. We got a car on the apron. Let's see what he's doing. Don't really have much choice but to be down here, so hopefully he hasn't decided to destroy everyone's race. Looks like he's going to the pits, so that's fine. Got some 2x2 here. I just want clean air. I just want to try to get into a rhythm here. I don't know how these tires are going to do on 40 laps. I didn't practice that much. I think I did like a 22 or 3 maybe lap run earlier in the week. And I had a decent balance going between the right front and rear, so kind of left it at that. But with the heat, once you cross the threshold, that's really when the wear shows up. So I don't know where that'll end up. I do know it's going to be near impossible to pass people down low, and I'm just going to try to save tire until we get to the point where we've got to start going above people. Anyone who's struggling or has a moment or who's just straight up slow. But right now, still just keeping it on the bottom. Save this set of tires. Seems like everyone wants to be down low.
How do I get me a nitro paint job?
I made it.
I don't know how to do all that.
It's easy.
I'm for an old fart like me.
Well, this paint job, Logan Keys made. Actually, I didn't make this one. I forgot which one I had on.
We're gonna get a bunch of dirty air here. I'm gonna start considering trying to pass the 7 here shortly, unless he sucks up and...
You're not that old. You just sound dumb.
I don't want to lose the pack
I'm definitely
just to
down.
save tires behind somebody who's slow.
Stay up and watch the race.
Yeah. Come on around here, Lee. I don't have my rookie line on. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Hey, you're good, Greg. Thanks, buddy. That's the type of stuff I like, man. You know.
You know what you're doing. We figured it out by like Wednesday, remember?
Yeah, but I ain't been able to find it again.
Yeah, me either.
That's funny. It's the type of stuff I love on this service, man. You know, that's exactly what racing should be on this thing. Not a bunch of guys screaming at each other, blocking everybody from the first lap to the end. Yeah. Just trying to let the car kind of naturally glide into the line. Looks like Greg gave up a couple spots there, and he's understanding that he's not running how he wants to and gets everyone by him. So always appreciate people who can do something like that. It just means putting your ego aside. Not to harp on it, it's just if you race nowadays on this thing, I think it's pretty clear that's a big part of the problem. A little bit of a bobble or a step out moment there on exit. Might need to watch my angle of exit and my throttle input a little more. Taking a bit of a wider exit than I normally would like right now. I actually did forget to change my steering ratio to be able to counter steer a little more effectively. It's a little too responsive for what I normally like right now, but hopefully we can figure it out. I gotta not watch the 5 too much because he's gonna lead me right into the wall off of 4.
Hey, you're not on tires, are you?
Alright, 5 may have burned his stuff up a little bit. We're able to slide up under him there on exit. I am overdriving a bit just to get the clear. We got a self-spinner coming up. He holds on to it. Really, really good save. Wow. Heck of a job by him. I figured I might have just been accepting my fate and dying there. I'm sliding up. Getting a little loose too. Hopefully we didn't hurt the tires too much. I was on throttle a lot the last time by, just getting the pass done. I think you do got to treat the set like it's loose. Yeah, just a little easy on throttle there. Starting to feel the heat for sure. Coming on the right rear, might need to move up at some point. Hopefully we can get on by here. He's gonna have a big old run here. Seems like he wants to fight a bit. Yeah, it's gonna be a hard clear on this guy down low, but the door was opened up. I don't feel like we're doing a whole lot of damage on the tires fighting him. He is really struggling with the entry though. He's really just running that Q line. But it's going to be way hard to pass him down low. So we're going to ride up here for a moment. A lot of dirty air there. I'm going to have to lift. Might have hurt the tires. We're going to let the lapper go. I know he's on tires. He is looking a little out of control. Yeah, I don't necessarily love where we are right now. I think we might just head back down. It's getting tight. I might be on throttle a little too long now, hurting the right front. Is going to clear the 16. 16 probably didn't love that. He's going to try to fight back on the outside. This might be something where someone's getting driven through shortly. We just got to stay to plan here and save the tires, brush on the wall. Harder and harder to get clean air. I've got a guy on my spoiler. It's the absolute last thing I'd want right now. Oh, I'm gonna get a big nose shove. Catching the wake there. 8 should get by me here. We're just gonna let him go if he's got the run. Doesn't look like it. Alright, so 15. He's got the speed because of the new tires. I can tell by the way he's driving, he's not doing anything special. And he's burning them up pretty fast too. He has a big moment off the corner there. So, you know, this is kind of on par experience.
That thing off the damn track where you wreck a bunch of lead lap cars.
Car is very interesting right now. It's simultaneously loose and tight.
Going up now. Get it with the end.
Yeah, we're gonna be too tight to do anything there. Appreciate Dana for not mowing us over there. But yeah, 16 does not want to give the position up. And 15's going for a bit of a ride again. Sliding up. In front of the 14. Yeah, I don't think this is going to end well. Just... gotta hope we don't get involved in it. Getting real sideways there. That's not good on the tires at all. I think nobody wants to be near this guy. Big wobble down the front stretch. Oh, big run for the 14 there. 16. Wobble. Clear the 14, but can't slide up. Oh. Alright. Mr. Trouble almost hooked it right and killed us. We're back on the bottom with no way to make the pass. I think we're... I wanted to ease off early and slot in, but we're not going to get that chance. Sorry. We're going to have to take this. Hey, sorry about that contact.
Fucking clown.
I don't think he was talking about me. Probably the guy they have to deal with back there now that was about to lose it on his own. Middle groove feels alright. May stay up there. Pit cycle to think about in the next 20 laps. Yeah, middle feels a lot more gripped up, way less loose. 15 laps of fuel. I did a bit of practice on my pit entry. One was good, the other was bad, so we'll probably end up doing it really slow and conservative. I didn't practice it enough. Top feels alright. We lost a lot of time to the lead pack dealing with all of that. But it looks like some guys are starting to come back either way towards us. So some of these guys, I'm sure, have not been kind to the tires up there. Top feels all right. Definitely generating the runs. Gotta be careful not to get too overzealous and overheat too close to the pit cycle, but now's really the time to go. Get what you can, so. 16 is going to protect the top, it looks like. And pinch me on entry. So this might be a C-Fix guy. If I had to guess. It's driving like somebody who likes doing this type of stuff. Yeah, I mean, doesn't see the bigger picture that we're losing time. Oh man, dirty air there. Yeah, he doesn't understand that we're just hurting each other. All right, so we are on 41. Yeah, I think the pit window actually is, you know, we're gonna have to think about what we want to do here.
How long have you running this, Tyler? Honestly, I have no clue. I haven't played 6 months. I was taking a little bit longer for that call.
All right, we're gonna clear him. I'm gonna see if I can put any sort of gap on him for the next 2 laps, and then we're gonna come back in. No shot at winning right now, just hopefully can get to like the top 5 maybe. But I think we were pretty far back, so I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, a little too early on throttle there. The right front is not happy. Let's make sure we've got... Yeah, we've got enough. The auto fuel should be fine. You know, I might just fulfill it. I liked how the car felt early into the run. I don't know if that screws up my pit time or not, but I would like the initial feeling of the car back, for sure. And I'd like to be on offense for the second run here, so I know we're probably sacrificing quite a bit. I'm going to pit in this time, Dana.
Just stay high here, Jimmy.
All right.
Pit box in 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
Oh, too far forward. That's a bummer. Hopefully it doesn't cost us too much. Tires were 56, 61. Yeah, so decent balance. I could tell the right front was getting way too hot at the last few laps there, but we were trying to make some passes, so that's going to be the reason for that. All right, well, that could have gone worse. I think I was a little conservative with my pit.
You gotta call that out, man. You're like I was paying attention.
Quite a few guys still haven't pit. Let's try to get up to speed and smoke them while we got them. Really, we need it to stay green until we're on the lead lap, of course. Looks like leader's coming back out. I've got a lap fresher tires than him, so, you know, we jumped a couple guys. It shouldn't matter as far as them having 1 lap fresher tires than us. And we'll be on offense for anyone who pit early if we can get to them. I don't know if we can or not, but looks like Dana, the guy we passed, probably had a speeding penalty and DC'd. We're going to stay down here for a little and grab ourselves a little tire for later. It's still 30, plus 30 laps. I don't want to head up to the top just yet. I have a really bad habit of burning up the right front up top. So, unfortunately, the 16 is ahead of us. He must have had a really good pit cycle. We may just spend our entire run here trying to pass him. Unless he's really off the pace with his tires or something. He does look quite slow, though. I'm catching him pretty fast. I don't know, is he... Surely he's pit. Yeah. Let's see what we can do.
Have you did, Brandon? Yeah. What lap? Lap right before you.
Yeah, if we have any shot of a top 5, we have to get by the 16 fast. And use very little tire doing it. He doesn't want to let us by. So we're going to be right back to the same thing with him, just scrapping for one position here. Very frustrating. If I can get to his outside on the center of the corner is really what I need to do. Or this... That was just what we needed. I'm using a lot of right front there to maintain. And we're going to have to run high because he's going to be on offense against us. Alright, we're able to slightly gap him there. See if we can work on Sammy here. Pretty high iRating guy. Been pretty quiet though, and I think he had a really nice save earlier. He might have short pitted, I don't know. See what he gets up to once we kind of get to him. Seems like he's running that half a groove up. He's pretty skewed out there. Don't want to get in this dirty air. We are in it. Maybe not. Maybe a bit offset. Might have kept us okay there. We're definitely catching him. Trying not to overdrive, but I may just be. I think we'll kind of find out if I am with about 10 to go. We'll see what happens. Yeah, fighting tight through the center now, sorta. A lot of weird feelings from the car this week at this track. It doesn't feel typical, which is okay, to be honest. I like that it's different. It's not the same as most intermediates feel. It's a challenge with the hotter track. Are we gonna get there? Is he gonna give me the room? He's not. That seemed unnecessary. That seems unnecessary, Sammy. Yes.
Careful, he's gonna hit 20 laps on his tires this lap.
Just really aggressive. I mean, I had to cut him 2 brakes there. This doesn't really seem necessary to me. Like, we're just slowing each other down. This is kind of what I was talking about, though. Like, how people race. And we're gonna almost make contact here. Yeah, I mean, this is just wild to me. We're drag racing with 20 laps to go for some reason. It's just... Yeah, I don't know, man. These people are insane. I'm cutting you so many brakes, Sammy. It's ridiculous, man. Holy hell. Yeah, we've toasted our tires for sure doing all of that with him. Man, hopefully him and the 15 can, or whatever, 16 can just battle. I'm gonna go high 15 if you could let me by, I'd appreciate it. It's gonna screw up the guys behind me a little bit, which is great. I don't feel the least bit bad about it after having to deal with all that from the 3 car. That was absurd. I'd like to just build a bit of a gap here if we can. Just really not overdrive for a little bit left of the race. I haven't really been watching our gap to the 3 behind us. We're going to start paying attention, I think, to that. Cut down a little bit, 3 and 4. Not bad. Not worried about catching Joseph. Not really probably likely to happen here. I just don't want to be anywhere near the guys behind me at this point. Bunch of super geniuses on a Monday. Alright, try to get the center corner speed down by running the bottom a little bit and maybe save a little tire. Seems like we're still gapping from the gentleman behind. And like I said,
Time to blink right there, but
not really worried about catching Joseph. I don't think it's likely. I think he did short pit, so we are on the advantage, but 3 seconds and 15 laps is unlikely unless he has a really bad moment. I'm starting to tell that the right front, I'm having to wait on the right front. So we might be in trouble. Although Joseph's still coming back to us. I could also just be really overdriving. I don't feel like I am. But I am on throttle a lot through the corner. But you kind of have to be. So I think everyone's dealing with it. Might be why we're catching Joseph. Down to 2.9 from 3.2 a couple laps ago. Anyways, well, we've got some clear track front and behind. Yeah, I didn't do much racing this past weekend. I worked on getting my dirt license up to a C. Still south of like 20 total officials, I'm pretty sure, in dirt oval. But I'm really liking the open-wheeled stuff, the short wheelbase stuff. I did end up growing a pair and running the GT4 race at Canada Tire with a buddy of mine. That was a lot of fun. We finished 3-4, I believe, right next to each other, which is always really cool when we get to do that. So that was fun. I actually felt like I had a little bit of pace at that track, and really for the first time all season in road, I felt like I wasn't horrible. This week the schedule is not looking like there's much really for me to do, which is a big reason why I decided to do this race today. I would have just had a really bad case of FOMO if I hadn't done it and then also hadn't raced at all this week outside of the league races that we'll have available to us. But yeah, yesterday, instead of sitting at my computer all day trying to pick and choose what races to do, we went on the boat. Spent about 6 hours out there. It was a gorgeous day. I had a nice tall boy. Went and got a crab cake sandwich. Got a grapefruit crush. I'm thinking maybe of getting a GoPro or like something, recording and mounting it to the T-top. And I don't know, just record some of our trips with the boat. And I don't know that I really want to post IRL stuff. I don't really want to post anything that has my wife in it, because she's usually with me. But if I do any solo trips, I may be something I do. It just seems like it might be cool to have some of that footage to look back on. I don't really care too much about having it be public, but I've been thinking about doing something like that, maybe. I'm liking where we are. We're still catching Joseph, which I'm surprised about. I just think he short pitted, if I'm not mistaken. So that's all it is, probably, is just that tire advantage. Because Joseph's fast. I don't know that we'll be able to do much by the time, if we even get to him. We're coming down 7 to go. But we are catching, though. I'm not pushing too hard right now. I'm just kind of driving it around, enjoying the clean track. Thankfully, the stack-ups with the other guys weren't too bad, where we were in a hornet's nest with the smaller field. If this had been a 30-car field, we'd probably be on 15, 20 cautions or something like that. I don't know. But, yeah, thankfully the moments that happened were not too congested, and I was able to sort out. So hopefully we can just ride around till the end here. Maybe get to Joseph and have something interesting happen, but I just think we're catching a little too slow for me to really do anything about it. It's going to be a mistake out of him that I'll need to capitalize on anything. We may run the top here in a lap. Yeah, I think we're going to go up top this lap and just see what kind of gap I can close off to him. I don't know if I'm even really pushing it that hard on the top to make a difference. Might have hurt us. Try one more time. That's not good. I'm having to get out of the gas. Yeah, it's too tight. We grabbed the 10th, but we're going to lose the 10th. Okay. Let's try the bottom, maybe? The wheel's getting cranked pretty decent compared to what I was doing earlier on, so... Tires are used up. Okay, we made a big gain there through the center. 4 to go, coming to 3 to go. That's not enough, probably, but enough to probably make him pay attention to what he's doing a little more. Big loose. Keep it out of the wall. Yeah, we're equalized out at this point. It's just about clean air and optimal line. Doing a bit of a slider. Did 3 and 4. Oh, we're down to 1 second on him. He might be struggling. Oh, I got to the throttle just a hair too early there. Yeah, I think another 3 or 4 laps, or maybe if I tried harder earlier, we could have caught Joseph.
This don't make no sense.
What's that?
Hell, it's telling me I'm faster than most out here, but hell, I ain't catching nobody.
Hey, you already came out of the picture. 5.6, now you're 2.5.
Yeah, but it don't matter when we're on the white flag lap. These races ain't long enough.
Or you just slow down way too much when you pit.
I thought I had a pretty good pit.
Now we'll look at it here in a second.
Yeah, one more lap, I think we would have had. That's fun. I think I needed like one more on you, Joseph.
Chicken flag, chicken flag.
Well, Birdie is so bad. I like them. The unintentional aero blocker just got me like so tight and destroyed the right front. One or two more, we probably would have had it.
Yeah, that was fun. It was something to do at least at the end of the race trying to catch you. So good race, buddy. Good job, everyone else. Yeah, that was nice to have a target to hit there at the end instead of just running it out with nobody to race.
And you were 42.6.
I may have been able to catch him if I recognized the gap a little sooner. I recognized it, but I didn't really think we were going to get there, is my thing. 64-69 on the second run. Tire heat is even.
That's one of your better ones, though.
I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, I think I have a decent feel for this car's tires, especially on intermediates.
Very low.
So that's not too bad. We started P11. We made it up to P5. Like I said, I've only done about like 20 or so laps of practice. And then before the race, I just did a little bit of Q practice, but that didn't translate for shit since we qualified 11th on pace. But yeah, started 11th, made it up to P5. So that's really fun. And we had the one caution, but it was at lap 7, so it didn't split the race up, and we still got our green flag pit stop in. I think I must have had an all right pit stop. It could have been better, I know, but I just didn't practice it enough to have good marks picked out and be reliable with them. So I kind of split the difference between overshooting it and playing it safe. Probably on the safer side, but that's okay. So I don't know. We are going to go look back, and I have to do this manually, but I do want to see what the caution was. And I know it was behind us. And it might have been this car here. I think he had a moment one of the first couple laps. See the last car on? Caution's out here, so what's going on? Let's see. No. I don't know where. Not, I'm very confused. So this guy parks it, and this triggers a yellow, so he quits. Right? He quit. He came in dead last. Yeah. Okay. That's a little crazy that triggered a yellow. It seemed like he was just quitting. I know he's on track, but the lead cars are a mile away. I mean, maybe a half a mile away because it's a 1.5 mile track, but they're all the way back here on the front stretch. And this triggers a yellow and he DCs right here. That's weird. That sucks. It didn't impact the race a whole lot. Only a couple guys came and got tires, and I mean, with 7 laps, they had to start at the back. It probably equalized. I don't think it changed a whole lot. I do want to go see my battle with the. Well, I think the 16 especially was pretty stupid right before we pit. I'm just going to kind of fast forward this. I think that's what we'll do. We'll just go far chase. Just kind of want to catch up here. I'm trying to work on the 14. I think the 14's moves were fair enough, and that was a fine battle for me. It eventually kind of gives it up. No biggie. Good race to him. 16 must have been another couple laps. Yeah, so, you know. Maybe I'm wrong. I just need to see it back, and it felt just like way unnecessary to me. I felt like I was getting pinched, and we were just playing leapfrog, which I hate. I mean, this car, it's not ideal to do that at all. But you can see how hard he's cranking the wheel, trying to clear me off the corner, and the moment I got to his bumper, I know he did move up top, which is fine. It's fine to do that. I don't really have a problem with it. I just wish people understood that giving up a position actually benefits you in a lot of situations when you're the slower car. This is the first run of the race. We haven't pit yet, right? So all of this time, we're not fighting positions here. We're fighting time, right? Like, you're losing time. I'm losing time. We're both losing out on doing anything on the offense once we get new tires and come back out, and then we're racing to the checkered flag, right? And it just, people just don't get that, and they're happy to battle for whatever position it is. It's never the lead, just to be clear. But it's just, yeah, I don't know. I'm wasting my breath. I don't think he did anything dirty at all. He wasn't dirty, necessarily. It was just, you know, we're mirror driving and we're just hurting each other. And I just wish people had a better understanding of the context of the race and what's going on. Because even though he wasn't dirty, obviously anyone's going to be frustrated by stuff like that. So anyways, you know, we get clear of him. This was all whatever. I kind of want to check out as well when we get to the 3 car. Must have been... Yeah, I think we battled for a couple laps. Okay, so I'm just gonna let this play on full 4x, or maybe we'll do 4x for a moment. You know, to be completely honest, I had a bigger issue with what the 3 was doing because it was a lot more calculated than measured, and I had to cut him multiple breaks where, you know, most people are just gonna drive through you on this platform, but like crowding me on exit there, you know, not really declaring what he's doing. I just don't see the point in racing that way. Like, most people are going to fly off the handle and just drive through you. So, I mean, I guess he called my bluff, so hats off to him for that. But yeah, again, like, you know, man, you're on older tires, you're slower. Like, we've still got 30 laps, 25 laps to the end of the race. I mean, you're just not going to hold off everybody that entire time. It just doesn't make sense to me. I just don't get it. But, you know, end of the rant, whatever. End of the day, we got by both of them clean. We didn't have any incident points. I don't know if we even made contact with anybody. I know we did. I know we rubbed doors once or twice there, but I don't know that it triggered a 2x or not. So I'm going to pull the results as requested. I'm going to mess up my screen, but see if I can figure it out here. All right. All right. So we gained 21 iRating. Coming in 5th is the 4 car and a 2700 SOF. You know, we'll take it, whatever. I really haven't been doing much oval, so I guess green's positive, and we had no incidents. So I didn't get tied up in anything stupid. Pretty happy with the moves I was able to make through the field. I wish I maybe had paid a little more attention to the gap closing to P4 at the end, but I don't know that I really would have had anything. I think I just straight up needed a couple more laps to get there. But all in all, still pretty good race. So pretty good group for the most part. Some of the guys in there, Brandon, you know, Greg was cool. I think it was Greg, the guy who let us go by. And so I was pretty happy with that. That's kind of why I like these earlier races, is you get guys who typically are not as aggressive. They're not as wound up and ready to risk it all for video game points. So good race to those guys. And, you know, good job to everyone else for keeping it clean after that first caution, which really wasn't for anything. So yeah, if you click the video, thanks.